Hey, Steelers Nation. We're back with an exclusive video packed with the latest updates on our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any exclusive updates or exciting Steelers news. The feeling around the Steelers right now is strange, heavy, and full of whispers. And when Mike Tomlin opens his mouth, even without naming names directly, people listen closely. In private conversations that somehow always seem to leak, Tomlin has reportedly spoken in a tone that mixes frustration with loyalty, almost like someone who loves the house he lives in but hates the cracks in the walls. He knows the franchise better than almost anyone, having carried its identity on his shoulders for a very long time, and that gives weight to every carefully chosen word. The rumor is that Tomlin finally addressed the Rooney family dynamic in a way no one else dared. Not as an attack, but as a reflection on power, tradition, and the cost of staying the same for too long. According to insiders, he praised the family values, the stability, and the respect that Art Rooney II represents. But he also hinted that loyalty can sometimes become stubbornness. The Steelers are not just a team. They're a legacy, and Tomlin reportedly questioned whether that legacy sometimes limits bold decisions. His tone was calm, but the message felt sharp, like a warning wrapped in respect, and that is what made it so explosive behind closed doors. What makes this situation even more intriguing is how deeply the Rooney family is woven into the identity of the franchise. Founded by Art Rooney, known as the Chief, the Steelers have always been more than a business. They have been a family heirloom passed down with pride. Tomlin, according to speculation, acknowledged this history with admiration, saying that few organizations in professional sports can claim such continuity. Yet, in the same breath, he is rumored to have suggested that modern football demands a different kind of flexibility. He allegedly spoke about how the league evolves faster than traditions, and how leadership must sometimes risk discomfort to remain competitive. These comments were not public, but they traveled fast, carried by people who felt the weight of his honesty. Tomlin is not someone who complains lightly, and that is why fans and analysts are reading between the lines. He seems to respect Art Rooney II as a steward of values, but he may be challenging him as a decision-maker, subtly pushing for a future that honors the past without being trapped by it. Inside the building, the atmosphere is said to feel tense but not broken. Tomlin's words, as rumored, were not an emotional outburst, but a measured reflection from a coach who has been leading since 2007 and understands how fragile success can be. He reportedly reminded those listening that stability is a gift, but it can also become a shield that prevents accountability. That idea alone was enough to shake people, because the Steelers are known for patience, sometimes to an extreme. Tomlin allegedly praised the Rooney family for standing by their people, for not reacting impulsively to pressure, and for creating a culture players want to be part of. Still, he may have questioned whether that patience sometimes delays necessary change. The speculation suggests he was speaking less about himself and more about the system, about how decisions are made and who truly feels the urgency to adapt. In a league driven by innovation, Tomlin's rumored comments felt like a call to wake up, wrapped in the language of respect and loyalty. From the outside, fans hear only echoes, but those echoes are loud enough to spark debate everywhere. Some believe Tomlin is finally using his stature to influence the top of the organization, while others think he is simply venting frustration in a safe environment. The idea that he would criticize the owner, even subtly, feels shocking because the Steelers are famous for internal unity. Yet, according to speculation, Tomlin balanced every criticism with praise, almost as if he wanted to protect the Rooney name while still demanding more from it. He is rumored to have said that Art Rooney II genuinely cares about the team and the city, that his leadership comes from the heart, not ego. But caring, Tomlin may have implied, is not always enough. Decisions still have consequences, and culture alone does not win in a league that constantly reinvents itself. This duality is what makes the rumors so believable, because it sounds exactly like Tomlin, firm but fair, loyal but honest. The timing of these whispers also matters, even without mentioning specific moments. There's a sense that Tomlin feels the weight of expectations growing heavier, not just from fans but from within the organization itself. He is the 16th head coach in franchise history, a symbol of continuity, and that gives him a unique voice. Rumors suggest he spoke about how that continuity should be a strength, not an excuse. He allegedly emphasized that the Rooney family's hands-on approach has always been admired, but that modern leadership sometimes requires stepping back and empowering new voices. This was not framed as rebellion, but as evolution. Tomlin's critics and supporters alike are fascinated because his rumored stance feels like a crossroads moment. Is he pushing for change from within, or simply expressing truths that have long been ignored? Either way, his words have added fuel to a growing fire of speculation around the Steelers. As the story spreads, one thing becomes clear. This is not just about a coach and an owner, but about identity. Tomlin's rumored comments reflect a deeper tension between tradition and transformation. He is said to have reminded people that the Steelers brand was built on toughness, intelligence, and adaptation, not nostalgia alone. By praising the Rooney family's legacy while questioning its present direction, he may have done the most courageous thing possible in that environment. He did not shout. He did not threaten. He simply spoke. And sometimes, in an organization defined by silence and patience, speaking calmly can feel like the loudest act of all. In the second wave of speculation, the focus shifts from what Tomlin said to what it means for the future of the Steelers. People close to the situation suggest that his words were less about immediate conflict and more about planting a seed. Tomlin is known for thinking long-term, for building messages that resonate over time rather than explode in one moment. Rumor has it that he framed his thoughts around responsibility, suggesting that everyone, from coaches to ownership, must be willing to self-evaluate. He allegedly praised Art Rooney II for being accessible and respectful, a leader who listens rather than dictates. At the same time, Tomlin may have hinted that listening must eventually turn into decisive action. This balance between patience and urgency sits at the heart of the current crisis narrative. Fans sense that something is shifting, even if nothing is officially happening, and Tomlin's rumored reflections are feeding that feeling. What makes these whispers so powerful is Tomlin's credibility. He is not a new voice seeking attention. He is a veteran leader who has carried the Steelers through countless transitions. According to speculation, he spoke about how the league does not wait for anyone, no matter how historic the franchise. He is rumored to have said that honoring Art Rooney's vision means protecting the future, not just celebrating the past. This subtle framing transforms criticism into stewardship, making it harder to dismiss. Tomlin is not attacking the Rooney family. He is challenging them to live up to their own standard. That is why his comments, even his rumors, resonate so deeply. They sound like a man who cares too much to stay silent, even when silence would be safer. There is also talk that Tomlin's remarks were shaped by his understanding of player perception. He knows that players watch ownership just as closely as they watch coaches. Rumors suggest he mentioned that athletes need to feel a clear sense of direction from the top, not just tradition and slogans. By praising the family atmosphere created by the Rooneys, he acknowledged one of the Steelers' greatest strengths. But by questioning whether that atmosphere still inspires competitive hunger, he may have touched a nerve. This is where praise and criticism intertwine, creating discomfort but also opportunity. Tomlin's alleged message seems to be that comfort can quietly become the enemy of greatness, even in the most respected organizations. As fans debate these ideas, some defend the Rooney family fiercely, pointing to decades of stability and respect. Others side with Tomlin, seeing his rumored comments as a necessary push. The truth, as always, likely lives somewhere in between. Tomlin reportedly understands that the Steelers are not just owned. They are inherited, and that creates a unique pressure on Art Rooney II. He is said to have acknowledged that burden, expressing empathy for the weight of legacy. Yet empathy does not cancel expectation. If anything, it raises it. Tomlin's rumored stance suggests that with great history comes an even greater responsibility to adapt and lead boldly. Another layer of speculation centers on Tomlin's own future. Some wonder if these comments hint at deeper frustration, while others believe they show his commitment to staying and fighting for progress. He is rumored to have made it clear that he still believes in the organization and in its leadership, but belief does not mean blind agreement. By voicing both criticism and admiration, Tomlin positions himself as a bridge between eras. He respects what the Steelers have been, but he is clearly thinking about what they must become. This dual role is exhausting, and that exhaustion may be fueling the current sense of crisis. In the end, this story is less about confrontation and more about conversation. Tomlin's rumored words to and about the owner reflect a rare moment of vulnerability in a franchise built on control and composure. He is said to have spoken with honesty, not anger, and with hope, not resentment. Whether the Rooney family takes these reflections to heart remains a mystery, but the impact is already being felt in the imagination of fans. The Steelers, long seen as unshakable, now feel human, uncertain, and alive with possibility. And sometimes that uncertainty is the first step toward reinvention. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Rumors further suggest that the media landscape itself is influencing the story, with public discourse shaping perceptions of Rodgers' motivations and the Steelers' intentions. Every interview clip, press conference, and social media post is analyzed for nuance, providing fodder for pundits, fans, and insiders eager to interpret signals that may or may not be intended. This environment of hyper-analysis amplifies speculation, creating a feedback loop in which rumor and narrative feed one another. Analysts highlight that Rodgers' historical reputation for strategic thinking and measured communication only heightens intrigue, as every action is interpreted for hidden meaning. In the background, potential trade partners and rival franchises reportedly monitor developments closely, ready to act if an opportunity arises. The combination of high-stakes, elite talent, and opaque decision-making has created a storyline that transcends typical sports reporting, evolving into a saga that engages a wide audience across platforms. The suspense surrounding Rodgers' potential move captures the imagination of fans and professionals alike, reflecting the complex, multidimensional nature of modern sports narratives and the magnetic allure of an athlete at the center of a franchise-altering rumor. Finally, while the ultimate outcome remains uncertain, speculation emphasizes that any decision Rodgers makes will have profound implications for both his legacy and the Steelers' future. Insiders suggest that the quarterback is fully aware of the historical significance of such a move, balancing competitive goals with personal ambition and career strategy. The narrative surrounding his potential departure highlights themes of leadership, influence, and the interplay between individual talent and organizational vision. Even in the absence of official confirmation, the rumors themselves shape fan expectations, team strategy, and lead dynamics. Analysts predict that when a final decision is made, it will not only redefine Rodgers' career trajectory, but also serve as a catalyst for a broader shift in league-wide quarterback strategy and team building. Until then, the story continues to evolve in real time, with every new development scrutinized, every subtle signal interpreted, and every possibility explored. The anticipation is palpable, the speculation unrelenting, and the stakes immense, making Aaron Rodgers' potential departure one of the most compelling and widely discussed narratives in professional football today. Another layer of speculation revolves around Rodgers' personal preferences, including coaching relationships, team culture, and lifestyle considerations that could influence his next move. Sources indicate that beyond professional ambitions, the quarterback may weigh location, organizational stability, and the opportunity to mentor emerging talent when evaluating potential destinations. Rumors suggest that Rodgers could be seeking a franchise where he can assert meaningful influence over offensive strategy while maintaining a supportive environment conducive to personal and professional fulfillment. Analysts note that such criteria might limit options, but also create the possibility of a highly strategic landing spot, maximizing both performance potential and legacy impact. Meanwhile, the Steelers' internal deliberations are said to be increasingly nuanced, weighing fan sentiment, financial considerations, and long-term planning against the possibility of accommodating Rodgers' needs or preparing for transition. The speculative nature of this situation fuels ongoing debate, with every rumor, insider comment, and minor gesture magnified and dissected. The combination of athletic excellence, public persona, and career strategy makes Rodgers' potential departure a uniquely captivating narrative, drawing attention from casual fans and seasoned analysts alike. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.